Just last month, we received the blessed news that the Super Heavy prototype has been sent to the launch pads for testing. And just recently, Elon Musk revealed the news that we can see the launch of the Super Heavy by next month. Now, that is some great news, and it happened so fast. Hello guys, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be delving into the world of SpaceX and taking a look at the recent developments with regard to the Super Heavy. Stay tuned. We have been looking forward to sending a spacecraft into space to land on another planet for so long. In fact, it has been so long since we have sent a manned spacecraft to the moon. The time has finally come when we will be able to accomplish both, and everyone is super excited about it. Just a few months ago, SpaceX's Starship Super Heavy rocket prototype was making its way to the launch pad for its routine tests, and it did pretty well. SpaceX's Starship project was expecting some progress by July, as many were expecting an orbital test then, but that did not happen. At that time, the Booster 7 Super Heavy rocket prototype was moved to its testing pad in South Texas to run tests on it. The tank of the booster can hold approximately 3,600 tons of propellant, as well as 2,800 tons of liquid oxygen. Apart from all of this, it consists of 800 tons of liquid methane. Additionally, the Super Heavy can store 280 liters of hydraulic fluid that it uses to conduct various operations. We still have a short while before the Starship is placed on the launch pad. The final version of the vessel could witness a few tweaks and is said to come with a dry mass that weighs between 160 to 200 tons. As for the tanks, they weigh 80 tons and the interstage weighs around 20 tons. The booster comes with 4 grid fins and they are powered by electricity. They come with a mass of 3 tons and are evenly spaced out on the vessel. This helps them attain better pitch control, and this ensures that they can rotate on the roll axis. In between the grid fins, one can find hard points whose main function it is to catch part of the vessel with its mechanical arms that are mounted on an integration tower. The Starship rocket, as well as the Super Heavy, underwent quite a few tests, including pressure testing, as well as a static fire testing at the Boca Chica facility of SpaceX. Conducting these tests was very important as it helped assess the fuel burning rate consistently, which is very important to test, as doing this would help assess if it will last over a long span of time. According to the plans of SpaceX, the program included sending the Super Heavy and the Starship into orbit. For those of you who do not know what a Starship is, it is the 160-foot tall upper stage vehicle that is part of the ensemble. The Super Heavy, on the other hand, is the first stage booster. Both these parts are reusable and will save the company millions of dollars when the rockets will be used for multiple missions. This will also make the Mars mission economically feasible, as such a mission is definitely going to cost a lot, and such small changes will definitely make an overall difference. Just a few days back, Elon Musk had stated that the Starship rocket could go into space by next month. But we all know how Elon Musk is with deadlines, and things that could face further delay as well. This is a huge step for SpaceX, as well as the rest of the world, as this will be a big step in getting closer to the moon, as well as Mars. This will be a next-generation vehicle that in a few months could be used to complete bigger missions, including setting a base on the moon and Mars. Elon Musk was recently asked on Twitter when the first orbital flight of Starship might finally happen, and to that he responded that it may happen sometime next month. He further added that November seemed highly likely when compared to October. Not so long ago, a Starship prototype labeled SN-15 underwent a high-altitude flight within the atmosphere of Earth and was quite successful as it landed without exploding. It was powered by 3 Raptor engines, and each of them was shut down as the vehicle was reaching base. It was at a distance of 10 kilometers from the ground, and the engines were slowly and gradually shut down. Furthermore, the SN-15 underwent a propellant transition to the internal header tanks, following which it underwent a controlled aerodynamic descent. The active aerodynamic control was aided with the help of 2 forward and 2 aft flaps on the vessel. The 4 flaps were actuated by an onboard flight computer. This computer was used to control the altitude of the vessel during flight. It also enabled a precise landing point so that it does not result in any negative consequences. This took place on the 5th of May last year, and that was the last time the spacecraft was sent to space. As of now, NASA aims to use it to send Artemis astronauts back to the lunar surface. According to NASA, the Starship will land the astronauts near the lunar South Pole as part of the Artemis 3 mission. This is expected to take place sometime in 2025. Ever since the success of that mission, Musk has had big plans that involve their first orbital demonstration flight of Starship, which will of course include the Super Heavy booster. Just a short while back, the Super Heavy was placed on the testing pad and fired up. This was the first time that it was being fired up, and this was done with the aid of 7 blasting engines. The power was quite intense and was twice the number of engines that were used when compared to the previous test. On the final launch day, there will be a total of 33 engines used. As of now, Musk is working on getting the Super Heavy ready at the testing phase, which was quite a success. Right now, SpaceX needs a launch license from the Federal Aviation Administration, following which it can launch Starship into space. So now, everyone is waiting for the FAA to give the green signal to allow this launch to take place. The Federal Aviation Administration had launched an environmental review a few months back, and that gave SpaceX a tentative approval. In order to get the go sign from them, they had to alter 75 changes, following which they would be able to get their hands on the license. Elon, as of now, is getting ready to launch the Super Heavy, and when he launches it along with the Starship will delve on a short trip, following which it will make its way to the coast of Hawaii. The Super Heavy, on the other hand, is expected to make its landing on an oil rig somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico. Just a few days back, it was revealed that the Booster 7 would get some alterations, and that these upgrades that it would be getting would be robust. The Booster 7 will be part of a launch along with Ship 24. These are the prototype versions of the Starship Super Heavy first stage and Starship upper stage. Recently, a clip of this test was made public. In the clip, one can notice a 230-foot tall booster making its way to the launch pad for testing, and it was accompanied by quite a few trucks and cars. This video, which lasted around 30 seconds, gave a quick glimpse of what was going on in the scenes. Another fact that is important to mention is that Starship will help aid in the Starlink missions as well. The Starlink missions, which include sending internet satellites into space to improve the overall connectivity on planet Earth, will also be aided by the Starship. SpaceX has plans to launch their Starlink version 2 spacecraft in 2023. The beam service will be connected to smartphones, and thus getting an internet connection won't be as hard as it is now, when not in the presence of a Wi-Fi or cellular connection. Do you think we can see the Super Heavy heading toward our orbit this year? Or do you think it is a difficult and impossible deadline that Elon Musk has set? Do let us know what you think about the recent developments of Super Heavy in the comment section down below. We hope you were fascinated by this recent yet amazing news that we have blessed you with, and we cannot wait to have you back on our channel. But before we take a leave, do drop this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications as well. See you soon.